Greetings! It's the Instrument Sidekick video for the Trumpet, page 14, Valve Maintenance, part 1. Page 14, Valve Maintenance, part 1. Alright, right there. Alright, so, part 1 is all about properly getting the valve out and oiling the valve, and then part 2 is how to put it back into the trumpet properly, okay? It is totally possible to put it back into the trumpet, think it seems like it's all right, and totally not get a sound. It is possible to put it back in the trumpet in a way that is breaking it. It is possible to take it out in a way where, either you break it or might need me to be the one to fix a whole lot of things that are put together wrong, okay? So pay very close attention. These 2 pages are very important. Make sure you watch the whole video of both Valve Maintenance Part 1 and Valve Maintenance Part 2 before you try and do anything, and use the book to review every single time, at least the first month. Every time that you're going to oil your valve, reread page 1 and page 2 of the Valve Maintenance to really make sure you remember what to do correctly. All right? Now, one of the things that's not on it is opening up the valve oil and getting that ready. Most of you will probably have a thing of valve oil in your case that you just unscrew the top and take it off. Some have these little child protective ones, though. If you have one of these, okay, there's like a bigger knob part on the red area that you just hold down a little bit as you then go unscrew, and that's meant to be a child safety thing, okay? Now, as I've mentioned before, this is not good for you. This is oil. This is very, very bad for you, okay? If I squeeze this, it will shoot out too, okay? So you don't want to be looking at it and squeezing it, okay? This is not good for you and not necessarily a very safe thing. They all have these interesting tops, and the whole idea behind them is that if I hold this upside down and I touch the places that I want to put oil, one little drop will come out at a time. So you don't really need to squeeze, okay? It is possible, if you really need a lot of oil, to squeeze just a little bit, but always make sure you're aiming in a way where it's going to not be hitting anybody. You don't want to get this in your mouth, and you don't want to get this in your eyes, okay? So be very careful with your oil. So, first part is to take off that lid and put the oil on the side, okay? Next, whatever one of these is dry, or if all of them are dry and not moving up, so you press it down and it's coming up very slowly or not coming up at all, okay, and that means it needs to be oiled. Now, when you do this, you'll always do the oiling of valves one valve at a time. The taking out of a valve, oiling that valve, and putting it back in and getting it back in properly. Then you go to the next one, okay? Never do all 3 at the same time, because if I pull out all 3 and then I put the 3 back in the wrong places, they will fit, but the trumpet won't work, okay? So doing it one at a time, you'll always know exactly which one you pulled it from, and you'll be making sure to put it back into the right place. Now, first thing we got to do is unscrew the valve to take the valve out, okay? So right here is where you unscrew. Right here, okay? This spot here. A lot of people grab from here, and that is not okay. No, okay? This, if you unscrew from here, you'll either unscrew the cap, which is an easy fix, just screwing the cap back on, or it might unscrew this part, the long, thin cylindrical part here in between. It might unscrew that from the rest of it. And you have to understand that this thing's got like a spring in it that pushes it back up. And very similar if you've ever had those pens where you hit the top and it clicks and it stays open, and then you click it again and it goes back. All right, it's a complex mechanism like that, okay? If you unscrew from here and it unscrews in that spot, that spring and everything is going to all fall apart inside there, and this top part is going to like wiggle and fall around on the sides. It won't go up and down anymore, and I'm going to need to put all that back together properly, okay? And if if you can't get it to the school, that's not good, you know. So we're definitely going to want to make sure, so you can keep using the trumpet properly. Make sure you unscrew from here, so it's a whole lot safer. All right, so you unscrew from this spot here till it's all off. Then you grab the spot I told you not to unscrew, and you just lift it up and out. And that's what the inside of your valve looks like. Okay, goes in there. All right, and in here, you can see the spring, like in that little area right there. Okay, there's a knob here that involves the pressure against the spring and different parts of it, and how it's exactly put in are all complex. Okay, so leave that stuff to me if something happens there. Now, you see lots of holes. That's where the air goes through. Okay, so that is not where you put oil. Okay, oil does not go there. All right, oil goes on the areas around the circles. It doesn't go up here in the area with the spring there. No. Okay, it goes on this wider area on the spots that do not have circles. And it doesn't take a lot. Some people over oil it, and that's too much if it gets way, way too much oil on it. It's very much like if you've ever gone swimming and run in the pool and you're trying to run as fast as you can. It feels like you're actually running in slow motion, sloshing through the pool, okay? It starts to be like that. It's not going to work as much because there's too much oil, okay? You just want a few drops. All right, now, when you do this, do not do it over your lap, okay? This is oil, it will stain your pants, for sure, okay? Don't do it over the floor, it will stain the floor, okay? Do it over a garbage can. You want to do it over a garbage can, okay? So, see? Garbage can, right here. All right, so I got a garbage can, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this upside down, and I'm going to touch the side. Boop. Just a few touches. One drop at a time comes out. It'll drip a little bit. You can shake it into the garbage can a little bit. And now you've got an oiled valve, okay? So, once again, review. Make sure when you unscrew from there, all right? That you pull the whole thing out, and then you turn this upside down, touching the right areas over a garbage can. And that's part 1 of valve maintenance. On part 2 video. May the force be with you.